NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select DESHAUN Watson.
Well, there you see his Clemson head coach Dabo Swinney behind him. Dabo Swinney made the bold statement that said, if you pass on DESHAUN Watson, you're passing on Michael Jordan. That's how good he believes DESHAUN Watson can be. He graduated in 3 years, twice a Heisman finalist. He was the runner-up in 2016. We alluded to the story about his family getting the home with Habitat for Humanity, teeing up with Warwick Dunn's charity. DESHAUN Watson, so accomplished. And Mel, the best thing about DESHAUN is you can say he was at his best when he played his best opponents in college, Alabama, back-to-back title games.
No doubt about it. Big story, obviously, Houston going up. Another big story we'll get to even bigger is the Cleveland Browns letting somebody else get a quarterback. That's a story for a little later here. But DESHAUN Watson certainly, again, 2 years in a row was at his best. This is what made him a high first-round pick. The ability to complete 64+% of his passes against Nick Saban, the brain trust, and the Crimson Money. Louisville, Florida State, Ohio State, Alabama, then their lone loss to the Pitt Panthers. He threw multiple interceptions in 4 of those 5 games. He's got to be more accurate in the pocket. He's got to be more precise. He's got to make better decisions. There's tighter windows in the NFL, much tighter than in college, and he struggled with bad decisions and bad interceptions that should not have been thrown. So while DESHAUN Watson had a great finish, he didn't have a great start. That's why he did not win the Heisman Trophy, but he finished like money. We know he is, John. Playoffs, 4th quarter overall, he was at his best. We'll see if he can be more consistent as an NFL quarterback under Bill O'Brien.
Well, let's talk about the interceptions here for a minute, because that's a valid point. He had 30 interceptions, as you see the SO Club celebrating in Clemson, South Carolina, spilling carelessly. He had 30 picks, most in FBS over the last 2 years. How much of a concern, John, is that for you?
Well, I spent a lot of time with this, Sean, and we looked at every interception. Some of them are his fault, and they are a concern. This is a young man that's been in a no-huddle offense. It's going to take him a little time to develop in the pocket. Early in the season, Troy had his number. He forced a couple balls that he shouldn't have. He's victim of some of these 50-50 shot balls that they like at Clemson. Here again is Troy State. They fooled him a couple times. Those were ugly. These are very correctable. These 50-50 jump balls that just don't work out. A lot of these RPOs, these run plays with pass options, it's tough. Sometimes you don't see enough, but these are correctable. Bill O'Brien will do that. But if you can find me a more poised quarterback under pressure in the history of college football, show me the man. Because DESHAUN Watson loves crunch time, and it brings out the best in him. And even the game against Louisville, Trey, where he threw 3 interceptions, he came back and beat them at the buzzer, Lewis. This is a great clutch time player.
Yeah, without a doubt. And look, Coach O'Brien, everything I've been able to ascertain about this offense is that it puts a lot on the quarterback. A lot on the quarterback as far as his ability to communicate with everyone else within the offense. That's going to be one of the areas that DESHAUN is going to have to master